Hello, this is Benjamin Price reporting for District of Cinema, and today I'll be interviewing writer, creator, star, man of the world, Phil Rosenthal, whose new seventh season of his Netflix show, Somebody Feed Phil, arrives on Netflix March 1st. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So my first question I want to ask is sort of about the process behind an episode and sort of how do you find cities?
Yes,
At what point do you start looking for spots, courting guests, things like that?
right. So first, it's where would I like to go in the world? That's what we start with. And I'm open to suggestion too. The world's a very big place, and there's always somewhere I'd love to go. I haven't even seen all of the United States yet. Where are you talking to me from today?
I am currently in Orange, California, but I am from right outside DC. So we will get to that
Ah,
episode from this season. Trust me.
yes. Okay, I love it. So
Uh,
so I do that, or people suggest to me, or tourism boards call us and say, "Hey, would you come here? Here's what we have to offer," and we look it over, and that's, oh, that looks good. Let's do that. And we go. And what happens is, just like you would do if you were going on vacation, I would Google best places to eat in Washington D.C. Right? And you never can go by just one
right.
recommendation. You have to cross reference to make sure it's not just the owner saying, "Oh, this is the best restaurant in the world." So we do that. And then I also have this production company in New York that produces the show. And they were Anthony Bourdain's production company,
Oh wow.
ZPZ. So they have a lot of ideas too, because they have fixers all over the world, people that you depend on to guide you when you're there, right?
Right.
Well, taking you through the ins and outs just of transportation in the city and booking the restaurants and making sure you get there in one piece and all of that. So that's really how we do it. And then we leave room in the schedule for stuff to happen, like walking down the street and meeting someone and them saying, "Hey, the pastries here are very good. You should try those." Okay.
Right.
So that's how we do it.
Well, and that sort of leads into my next question, which is, I mean, anyone who watches this show knows you're a pretty stand-up guy. But I'm curious, talking about letting things happen, like how do you sort of maintain your own authenticity and like and keeping it natural, and especially with your
Yeah.
interactions with the people you run across in these different cities?
I don't know. I just
Okay.
know that you have to it's like, what would you want to see? Do you want to see somebody being fake and phony? I mean,
Right.
this goes back to making Everybody Loves Raymond, which, even though it was scripted, we tried to keep it real. We tried to keep it believable and relatable. So those values came with me when I'm on camera doing Somebody Feed Phil. Nothing is scripted other than, here are some places that we're going to go. But I don't know what's going to happen in those places, really. I don't even know what they're going to feed me most of the time. I
Yeah.
like to be surprised, and being surprised is one of the things that keep it real, right?
Right.
Uh, that's all I can say is that's the show that I would want to watch, let alone make. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. And talking about, so the show starts from where you want to eat. Is there a particular city that is sort of like your white whale? Like what is one that you've wanted to do for a long time that hasn't happened yet?
I have a bunch because, listen, we only do usually 5 or 6 episodes a season. This season we did 8.
Right.
But that's still not a lot compared to doing a sitcom or another show that usually, back in the day, we did like 24 episodes a season.
22,
So
24,
there's
yeah.
still a lot of the world I have to see. Shanghai just jumped in the top of my head. I haven't been to Sydney, Australia on the show. Got to do that. What are your favorites in the world?
Ooh. I do love St. Louis cuisine. Big fan.
I've been there
Uh,
once. Uh,
Toasted ravioli. That's the move.
I've been there once to do the live
Yeah,
show. I had that. It was great.
it's really good.
It's a very good food city. Listen, So I believe now, at this moment I'm talking to you, that you can get a great meal almost anywhere in the world now.
Yeah,
And I attribute that to the internet
right.
because a kid in Orange can see what a chef in Paris is doing and learn from it and emulate it.
Well, and finally, I have one last question. Go talking about the tour, the
Yeah.
Somebody Feed Phil tour. You're
Yeah,
going back to DC.
that's
I mean,
right.
obviously, you got to do a lot of pretty great things. I just got to say the episode was surreal because I was like, "Oh, mozzarella!" Like I got pizza from there, takeout pizza from there over COVID, and then you
Very
rolling with the
special.
Bishop Ireton team. That's like in my district.
Wow.
And Ben's Chili Bowl, all these things. And at
Yes.
Georgetown, I used to go to Sunday school there, like for 8 years. So I
Yeah.
love Georgetown. I'm partial,
Yes.
but when you head back to DC, what do you think? What do you think the one stop you're gonna have to make will be?
There's too many. There's
Fair
too.
enough.
I fell in love with a lot of the food there. That Korean restaurant, Anju. Have you been
Oh
there?
yeah. I was taking notes watching the episode. There was a bunch of places I haven't been to yet.
Great. Well,
Yellow, that
that's
looks
special. Oh
phenomenal.
my God, yellow. I
I
have
can't
to.
even tell
I have,
you. We have a little snack cart in my dorm room that's eternally empty. And watching those episodes last night, that was a struggle because watching your show without food nearby, I wouldn't recommend it. It's really something.
yeah, I know. Occupational hazard. Watching the
Yeah,
show, you're gonna want to eat something.
yeah.
But the
Forewarning.
point of the whole show is to get you to go, to
Right,
get you to travel. That's really the point. It's not even the food. I'm just using food and my stupid sense of humor to get you the real message,
right,
which is to travel and meet people and expand your horizons. And what you get back is invaluable. You get a perspective on life that you didn't have before. You can't help it. Without trying, you get it.
right. Well then, okay, so I'm getting the call to wrap up. Folks can check out Somebody Feed Phil's new season March 1st, and you have a new book, Just Try It,
With
coming
I
out
wrote with
March
my
5th.
daughter.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.